We are heading for Tangaza University. Hello to you and welcome to Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. With me, Caleb Kudah. We are in Nairobi. We just drove past one of the biggest slums in Africa. It's called Kibera. Is that it? Yeah, Kibera. And our driver, David, is telling us some interesting stuff we want to share with you as well. Apparently, the government, through the Housing Estate Corporation, built some high-rise buildings for the slum dwellers to move into. But what happened? David will tell us. Okay, so to my right is the Mombasa Road.
Yeah.
Right is the Karen Rongai Road.
Yeah.
And then this is Langata, huh?
Yeah,
We're heading towards Langata. So that's just the view. Let me stay a bit on the outside for you to have a view of the Langata road. Yeah. We're on the Langata Road proper now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how do I say good morning again? Habari, David, habari.
Habari.
Sasa.
Fit sana.
Fits poor.
Yes.
Poor.
Yeah.
Poor. Right, so you were telling me about the Kibera slum. It's the biggest in Africa, indeed.
Yes, it's indeed the biggest slum in Africa.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was telling you that people live in Kibera. Some of them cannot afford to pay the rent worth 20,000 or 30,000 or 40,000. The reason being, how do you build a nice house for a poor man who earns 20,000 per month? How do you build a house?
Right.
Yeah. Number one, that person will sell the house and go back to Kibera to live where he used to, because of the cost of living is high.
Right.
Yeah. And that is the main reason why many people will never get out of Kibera.
Right.
Yeah. It is, getting out of Kibera is like you are, it's a burden to the poor people in Kibera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting out of poverty is a burden for the poor.
Yeah, it's actually it's a burden.
Wow. So you've moved them into a nice estate.
If you move them to a nice estate, they will sell the houses and go back to those places.
Is that what they've done?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening.
They sold the apartments to richer people.
How will you live in a house where you cannot even afford to pay, to buy food for your own? And even to pay house rent and the other stuff.
And maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance also.
Service. Service charges and all that.
Yeah, you cannot.
Right. So the people are used to living in the slums.
Yeah, they're used in slums.
Sanitation is poor.
The sanitation is poor, but actually they can afford to live there because they can buy things. Stuffs are cheap in Kibera, not as in these other places. So
low-cost lifestyle.
The low-cost lifestyle is good.
Oh, that's Tangaza University. So we've gotten to our destination. Guess what? We're coming to speak to a fascinating man who has a fascinating story. He is a Ghanaian. He's lived and he's schooled in Ghana, did his basic, secondary, and university education here in Ghana, back home in Ghana. But he's lived here all his life. I mean, for a good part of his life. And he celebrated his 50th birthday back in Ghana, and he announced that he does not feel he's going to be back in Ghana anytime soon. Who is this man?
Not yet.
What is he doing? What has kept him here? And what will keep him here? Tangaza University is where he plies his trade and lives his life. We are told that for many Ghanaians who move to Nairobi, Kenya, who do not find their feet, they meet this man and they get settled. So let's get in there and let's talk to this wonderful Ghanaian who has made Kenya his home. We're finally at our destination. This is Karen in Nairobi County, and as you can see, this is Tangaza University. Very serene and welcoming place. I mean, I like just how green. It's like these Kenyans are very deliberate about their greenery, and I see bicycles over there. Not electronic, but you can take a look at that. A lot of bicycles. They're reducing the carbon emissions and making things a bit, mindful of the climate and greenhouse emissions and all of that. But yeah, you certainly must see a statue for it to be a Catholic institution. And yes, this one, someone was telling me he's not seen some in Ghana, but I insist I've seen some. And I might just steal some and take it home. No, we are in a Catholic, I cannot steal. I'll ask for some and take it back home. But Father Tony Avisa is the man I'm talking to today.
Good to see you too.
Wow.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Wonderful. You have a beautiful campus.
Thank you very much.
I love the greenery. It strikes me. Everywhere I go, this gets to me.
Actually, this part of Nairobi is very cold. And so plants do very well here. It have a lot of flowers and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in all offices, I'll see some money plants, some indoor plants growing here and there.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Actually, my younger sister visited.
Okay.
And she picked a number of plants
She
from here.
will. She certainly will.
Yeah.
If she has an appreciation for them, she certainly will.
Did.
How big is this campus? Can we see it?
Yes, we can go around and you see the places. Actually, it is not one of the biggest campuses we have in the country, but it is big enough to host the university students.
So this is Tangaza University.
Actually, Tangaza means to announce. It is a Swahili word to announce, and it is Tangaza University. University. Now here we have the DVC. Please don't go away. This is the DVC.
You're recording.
Yes, we are recording. Yes.
Hello.
This is the DVC finance.
Okay.
So we work together with him.
Wonderful.
And actually, they are from Ghana, and they are here too. Yeah, I've asked them to make an announcement about Tangaza University so that we shall get more students from Ghana.
Hallelujah. Most welcome.
Yes. So they are from a television program from Ghana. Yes.
Okay. Most welcome.
Yes.
Most welcome.
So this is
mention
Father.
us in Ghana.
So
I hear you.
This is Father Leo. Father Leo is the DVC of
DVC. Right.
Yeah.
So I see that Tangaza, you're teaching minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives.
Transforming lives, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I love your byline.
Imagine.
We'll get to find out more about it.
Okay. So all the best, Father.
Bless you.
Good.
Good one there. Wow. So this is the university campus.
Yes, this is part of the administration.
This is
Part of
administration.
yeah.
Okay.
And we have the reception here.
Okay, that's hello.
Hello.
Asante.
And then we have, this is the theology department.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you? Nice.
Yes. Maybe I will introduce you to a few places.
Okay.
And we will go into the office of this is the dean of theology.
Dean of School of Theology.
Not the School of Theology, Dean of Theology. So, Father, I'm just bringing in some visitors just to greet you briefly.
Okay.
Hello, Father. Good morning.
Yes.
I am Caleb from Ghana.
Yes.
Nicholas.
Wonderful.
He's the dean of. He's the dean of theology as well. Yeah. So Father is the dean of theology, and in the theology department we have almost like 1,000 students.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a big number.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So Father, they are from Ghana, and we are trying to showcase our school in Ghana also.
That's good.
Okay.
That's the marketing.
Imagine, yes.
When you go to the village and your father is trying to show you all your many uncles and aunties,
I'm
giving
really
you the family tree. That's kind of vibe I'm getting.
You're right.
It's good. I like it.
Maybe we can also try and go to the VC's office.
Okay.
Just briefly so that you just see the place. Also, then we can
so this is the School of Theology.
Yes, School of Theology. Okay. And this is our hall. We have our big hall here. Yeah.
For fellowship.
Sure. Okay. This way. Let's go this way, and then
so
we will be able to.
Right now.
Yes. Then we can see
So Father, tell me about yourself. You were born in Ghana.
Yes, I was born in Ghana in the year 1996 and 1964.
Okay.
I went to a primary school called St. Anthony's Preparatory School.
Okay.
It's in Latobia Okoshi, actually, in Accra.
Latobia Okoshi.
Latobia Okoshi, yeah. So but we were living in Odoko.
Okay.
But I was going to school in Latobia Okoshi. It's one of the best primary schools we had in Nairobi.
Right.
Actually, in Accra, in Ghana, Accra. It was competing with schools like Datus.
Okay.
Yes, by then. Okay. And then when I completed St. Anthony, I went to St. Augustine's College.
St. Augustine's College.
Yes, in Cape Coast.
Okay.
There I did up to Form 5.
Okay.
And then, but I did not do my sixth form there. I did my sixth form in Accra.
Oh, okay.
Accra Academy.
Oh, so Blau.
Yes. Blau, yes. Let me introduce you today.
Sure.
Oh, she's not there. So, but okay.
Great.
Hi, Jackie. Jackie, I'm very fine. Jackie, I'm here with some television program from Ghana. They are trying to show what we have here so that we can be able to let people know about Ghana. And this is Jackie.
Hello, Jackie. Good morning.
I've got you unawares. So Jackie, we are going. If the VC is there, we'll just pop in there. But if he's not there. Okay,
yeah, he's not.
That's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
So welcome to Tangaza.
Asante.
Hi.
Good.
Good
So,
one there.
yeah.
So Accra Academy for
Accra
O level.
Yes, but before that, the VC's office is there.
Right there.
But he is not. He's not
Okay.
around. Yes.
That's
So
cool.
I did my O level in St. Augustine and A level in Accra Academy.
Okay.
Then after the A level, I did my national service.
Right.
In Kimbu, there is this Ministry of Education.
Okay.
So I went there to do my.
So in those days, you would do service after A level.
After A level.
And service after university.
No, it was just A level. After A level, it's
done.
finished. Yes.
Okay. Right.
So right after I finished with the A level, I chose to go to the seminary.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was how.
Did you always want to be a priest?
That's a good question. When I was a young boy, at the age of 5, I used to love seeing the altar service,
Right.
serving on the altar, and I really wanted that also.
Okay.
So I decided to become a priest. Maybe as a young person, it was just
How inspiring it looked.
yes, it was beautiful. When you see the people on the
It
altar,
looked good.
yes, it was not. I wouldn't say it was something that was inspired from. It was just the aesthetic,
Right.
just the beauty of it.
Right.
But as I was growing up, it was taking a different meaning in my life.
I see.
It has taken a different meaning in my life up till now.
Altogether.
Yes.
Right. Were you born into a Catholic home?
Yes,
Your parents were
my parents were both Catholics. My mother and my father are both Catholics, and my sisters, actually even my cousin, one of my cousins is also a nun.
Oh.
He's a son. So
I see.
yeah, so the family is purely a Catholic family.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And I'm born into a family. I have 7 siblings.
Ooh.
Yeah, 7 siblings, and I'm the middle child.
Okay.
So the 3 up and 3 down, and I'm the
You're
middle.
the bridge. I like that.
Yes,
I like that. So I was growing up in a Catholic home, like Catholic family. So I'm guessing you are from the central region.
Yes, I'm from actually from Elmina. Specifically, yes.
Okay.
Elmina.
Okay.
Growing in a Catholic family is quite well. That is where I grew up, so I will just say
You can't compare it to anything
can't compare
else.
it to anything else. But like 31st of December is one moment where my father will call all of us together and will challenge us as to what do you want to do in the future, or what do you want to be in the future. Then after you have said whatever you want to say, he will bless us. Oh. Yeah, he will bless us. So this is part of the theology block.
These are classrooms.
Yes, it's a classroom.
Okay. What does this mean? Is a statue?
No, this is a statue of Mama Mary.
Mama Mary.
Mama Mary. See, this is a Queen, Mama Mary, and Jesus Christ here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It has got an African touch.
I love it. I completely love it. Jesus as an African boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like I grew up, like I said, I grew up in the Catholic family.
Right.
It's quite simple family. Every Sunday we have to go to mass. The months of October and May, we have to pray the rosary together as a family.
Right.
And so these are some of the things that we are doing as Catholics.
So in Augusco, right?
Yes, St. Augustine.
What did you study there?
St. Augustine, like I told you, I went to St. Augustine in 1978.
Wow.
No, 78, yes. So I went to St. Augustine in 78.
Okay.
And then completed in 83.
Right.
We are still in touch with a number of my classmates.
Who are some of them?
Yes, some of them are very, and even some of them are supporting my mission here in Kenya.
Tell me.
Yes, one of them this year sent some funds for us to build an altar in one of the churches.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful that my classmates are also very supportive of my
What are the
vocation.
names? Who are some of them? Tell us.
Yes, we have Lazarus.
Lazarus?
Yes.
Lazarus?
Yeah, we're calling him Lazi. We're calling him Lazi. And we have Ajaspa. Some of them, I can remember them by their nicknames.
So Lazarus.
Yeah,
so Lazarus is a nickname.
No, Lazi. Lazi was his real name,
His
actually.
name was Lazarus?
Yes, Lazi, yes.
Okay.
Lazi.
Lazi for short.
Oduya.
Hello, Lazi.
Yes. He was very, I just mentioned to him that we were building the church and we needed to build the altar.
Right.
And then he just asked me how much it's going to cost. And then he sent me the funds. Yeah.
Wow.
I also got in touch with some other friends of mine who are also studying at different places. And also, but my classmates, we have one like Mickey Date.
Mickey Date. What's he doing now?
He's in the US.
Okay.
Actually. Then we have Kweku Agbenu.
Okay.
Kweku Agbenu is in London.
Right.
Yeah. And then we have different, out of the whole class, we were 183. Two of us went into the priesthood. Yeah. Two of us went into the priesthood. Father John Lewis.
Okay.
He joined the Diocese of Accra.
Right.
He's now a bishop, actually. He's an auxiliary bishop of the Archdiocese of Accra.
I'm sure you know what the Archdiocese of Accra has been up to in the last couple of days. There was a walk in Accra, prayer walk against illegal mining.
Yes. You know, right, what happens with the church is that when there is any evil going on, the church does something to wake people up to it. And I think that is exactly what the Archdiocese of Accra did.
That's impressive.
Yes.
So from Augusco, you went to Accra Academy.
Yes.
Accra Academy, who are some of your friends? And again, what did you study there?
I studied accounting, actually.
Right.
I studied accounting in Accra Academy. One friend of mine whom I remember very well, we came from St. Augustine's too, is Samuel Ajiman-Yeboah.
Okay.
Samuel
you moved
Ajiman-Yeboah.
from
Augustine's together to Accra Academy. We were with him.
Samuel Ajiman-Yeboah. Okay.
Then we had
Who's he? What does he do?
He is now in the US. He's an accountant, actually.
A lot of your friends have moved to the US.
Yes. Actually, I would say almost the whole school. We have a number of them out of the country, out of Ghana.
You have a huge diasporan community.
But it's beautiful that we have the, how do you call it?
Connection, yes.
The WhatsApp group. So we are able to communicate regularly. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Good. So a number of them are in the US.
Some of them are in the US, some of them are in the UK.
Right.
And like I said, that when I was in the sixth form, I was doing accounting.
Right.
I completed accounting and then joined the seminary.
Okay.
In the seminary, I joined the Divine Word Missionaries.
Okay. This is still in Ghana?
Yes, still in Ghana. I joined the Divine Word Missionaries and I studied in Divine Word Missionaries in St. Victor's Seminary in the north of Ghana. Yes.
Which part of the north?
Tamale itself. It's quite. It's about 18 kilometers away from. 18 kilometers away from the city center of Tamale.
So, Father, where are we now?
Yes.
Where is this?
At the moment, this is the school field.
This is a school field.
Yes, this is a school field, and this is our graduation place where we have our graduation.
Oh, this is where you hold your
commemoration, yeah,
and all that.
Yeah,
I see.
Good.
What's the student population here?
The student population is not that big.
Right.
It's about 2,300 more or
still
less.
significant.
Really?
Very significant. 2,000
Yeah.
is pretty significant. So, Father, at what point did you move from Ghana to Kenya? What influenced that decision?
I left Ghana when I completed my studies as a priest.
Okay.
In the seminary, I studied 3 years philosophy.
Okay.
Then went to the novitiate for 1 year. Novitiate, yeah, a place where we learn the spirituality of the congregation I want to join.
Oh.
Then after that, I came back to the seminary again for 4 years of theology.
Wow.
Yes, and then did 1 year pastoral.
That's very intense training.
Yes, so in all, I did 9 years of training.
9 years?
Yes, before I was
a decade.
Yes, before I was ordained a priest.
Contrary to this rigorous training you've gone through, we see a trend where people say, oh, they had a dream, God called them, and so they are priests, and they have this title, they are that prophet, this and that and that. How do you think that has impacted the leadership of Christian communities in Africa in general, and maybe Ghana specifically?
God calls through diverse ways, and God talks to us through different means. Maybe in the past, God would talk to us through dreams, and that was how the means in which our people of old were recognizing God's presence. But today we recognize God's presence even in social media and what is happening around us. God talks to us through the people we encounter. Even God is talking to me through you and through the people I encounter and people I meet. And so in the church where I was growing up, a few people told me, Tony, if you become a priest, it will be very nice. Tony, why don't you think of becoming a priest? So all these encouragement really pushed me to that level. Right. So it wasn't like I slept and then God whispered something in my ear.
Yes. But I mean, after all that, you still had to go through the discipline
9 years
of 9 years of training. And that's what I want us to emphasize. Why is it important for someone who feels a calling on their life to go through the discipline of theology, learning, philosophy and all that?
It is very true. Maybe one may feel like I've been called, and then I will decide that, I feel I'm called. But with this calling, you still have to test. You have to be tested in fire also.
Right.
Like the prophet Isaiah said, you have to be tested in fire to be able to know really that this is my calling. So with this 9 years of training, you can decide not to continue if you come to the stage where you realize that this is not mine.
Okay.
You can just stop there. So
is the nature of your practice also why then your training is so intensive? Such that you are not married or you don't have to marry?
Actually, the training is such that you will be able to decide, or we will discern whether marriage is mine or it's not mine.
Okay.
The priesthood is a beautiful vocation, and it's a vocation where you marry the church. And I really like it. And you see, these young men are all young people who are also preparing themselves also for.
So they're all going to be priests.
Yes, some of them are in the secular universities part of it, and some are taking the theological part. But majority, many of them that you see wearing the crosses or something, these are all part and parcel of guys who are preparing for that.
I see.
Yes.
Well, Father,
hello.
I mean, beyond the theology, also you have a PhD.
Yes. So I did my after my theological studies, I was assigned to Kenya.
Oh.
So I was assigned from Ghana to Kenya.
So it was an assignment. I thought you decided to come here on your own.
No, there is some part of decision making in that aspect also. You will choose the country you want to work in, and then Rome will accept or decline. So I chose to work in Kenya, and I came to Kenya.
What influenced that decision to work?
Well, you know, when I was in primary school, we had a teacher who was really forcing us to do we used to call it social studies.
Okay.
Social studies. And then we have to memorize all the presidents of Africa.
Okay.
And one of them was Jomo Kenyatta.
Right.
And yes, and he was I loved that man. Little things I read about him as a primary school boy. Right. I loved him. So
what did you read about him that made you fall in love with
I was asking myself, how can this man call himself by the country's name? Like Kenyatta, you know.
Kenyatta. Okay.
that was something. But I also have read a lot about Kenya, about the wildlife in Kenya, the safari in Kenya. Yeah. And so I was interested in that also.
You wanted to. So when you came here, was your curiosity satisfied? Were you impressed? Were you disappointed?
Well, I was one, I had a cultural shock. Because what I noticed that many people do not greet. You say hello to somebody just look at you. What's wrong with that? What's hello about this? Good morning.
Some students told me that, and it's actually true.
Yeah, it is.
They don't have time to say hello.
No, I thought Kenya is a busy country. Everybody's moving.
In Ghana, it's so much.
You will sit
Ndi, Pomoto, Oli, Fada.
No time for that, actually. But it is a beautiful. But apart from that, it's a beautiful country. The weather is very nice. When you stay with the people, you get to know how good the people are. They will not quickly come to you to become friends, but when they become friends, they stick.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Ghanaians who jump at you
very quickly and then eventually they pull out. Yeah. But they will not jump at you, they'll take their time.
They take time. Finally, Father, let's show us around a bit more, right?
So we have the how do you call it, the canteen here. Okay, that's where the students come for the cafeteria. Right. We all come for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, both staff, faculty,
yes, students. Everybody. Here, the one thing about this university is that.
Yes. Are you a Ghanaian? Right. Nice to see you.
And the Ghanaians are proud that I'm the one heading this place.
Actually, so I understand.
Yes, you
are the dean. Yes. You are the dean of students.
Yeah.
How long?
It is almost a year now. Because yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's big, isn't it?
Yes, it's
a big deal.
Yeah. But before I came into the academic field, I was in the parish pastoral field. So right after my ordination and I came to Kenya, I worked in the pastoral field. Right. And then after 6 years, I left for the Philippines to do my master's degree in counseling psychology.
Okay.
After the counseling psychology in the Philippines, I came back to Kenya and then started practicing the counseling in Kenya.
Okay, in the parish?
Yes, in the parish and at the same time in the counseling institute. Counseling institute by the name Amani Counseling Center.
Amani Counseling Center.
Whilst I was there, Kenya went through some political upheavals, and then...
Which year was this?
2007.
Okay.
And so there were a number of people who were displaced.
Okay.
And different tribes couldn't go to different areas.
Right.
And I found myself being the only person being able to go to the different tribal areas because I don't belong to any of tribe. Yes.
And they also saw you as a priest.
They didn't know that I was a priest. I was more in the area of counseling. So I was doing more trauma counseling for the people who have gone through trauma. So I visited many parts of the country trying to bring peace and bringing people together. Actually.
Right. How did that experience shape your life? And how was your contribution? What kind of impact were you able to make at that time?
You know, during the tribal clashes, many people were displaced. And they were in different camps. Let me just give two tribes. Like a Kikuyu couldn't go to a Luo area. Neither would a Luo go to a Kikuyu area. But since I was neutral, I could go to both sides and visited them and did trauma counseling for most areas in the Luo area around Kisumu. I went there, and some places in Nairobi. I was also invited to to do the
Provide
counseling service, crisis counseling. More we call it trauma counseling and trauma intervention, and which was very helpful. Most people, even some people, decided to go into counseling because of that, because it was a very negative impact. It had a negative impact on the whole country. But I found myself, being a Ghanaian, doing something also to help this country to come up from its disastrous situation.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And how has that shaped your thought processes as far as these ethnic clashes are concerned? I mean, you've seen how devastating it can be. How bad was it? And so that when people are recklessly talking about, fights, and people are trying to make conversation around things that sort of separates instead of unify, what would you say to such persons?
Well, it is true that our diversity also brings the unity. The beauty of diversity. But careless talkings are not the best. I mean, if our political inclinations are geared towards tribes, it is the worst thing. Our political inclinations to be on the agenda, or what do you call it? Many times politicians call it their manifesto.
Yes.
The manifesto. I think that is a thing, not on tribal basis. And tribes don't really help, because if today one is stuck to tribe for political inclination, then we are lost. We are really lost. Yeah. And nobody, no country should go through that. It was not a good thing. And if people were even afraid to identify themselves as to which tribe they belong. And
during the Kikuyu Luo.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting conversation we are having with Father Tony Amisa. We'll have a quick break. When we're back, we'll ask him more about life in Nairobi, his service and impact, and then also whether he's coming back to Ghana anytime soon. Stay with us.
Good.
Welcome from that break. This is Beyond Brothers on Channel 1 Television. My name is Kudah. We are hanging out with Father Tony Amisa here at Tangaza University. Father, so where have you brought us? Where is this?
This is the cafeteria, and it is the place for both the faculty and the students. We all come here for breakfast, lunch. And,
you don't mean it. You don't have fellows flat, some lounge for faculty and fathers where you're treated special from the students?
No, we all mix together and we eat together, and we take the same thing that the students take.
Wow.
It is more of equality. We don't bring distinctions, so the students feel more comfortable to be with us together. Yeah,
I see.
And so we are here. Please don't go away. Okay. She's serving us with some tea, and tea is one of the richest things that we have in Kenya.
Tea, eh?
Yes. When you, like in Ghana, when somebody visits you, you give cold water.
Yes.
In Kenya, when somebody visits you, you serve him with tea. Yes, and the tea is made out of milk. We don't boil it with water.
Father, you don't mean
I mean it.
So this is coffee she's serving.
Yeah, she's serving me coffee.
You like black coffee?
Black coffee.
Without anything?
Sure.
Okay.
But with the tea, this will be the pure milk that she'll be serving you.
So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to have tea. Okay, so the tea has been mixed with the milk.
already.
So
yes.
the milk is what is boiled.
Yes,
And the
boiled,
tea is...
exactly. So this will be called, they will call this the African tea. The African tea is purely milk with the tea bag. Yes.
The milk is big here.
Yes, milk is used everywhere actually. Every family should have a cow, a dairy cow that produces milk.
Every family.
Every family.
So if you don't have milk,
thank you so much.
Asante. Karibu. Right. So if you don't have milk in your household here, then you are really poor.
Yes, and even in some places when the cow can give up to about 15 liters of milk.
15
Yeah, 15 liters in the morning. So the members will distribute it to the other members in the area who do not have cows or whose cows have not reached the stage of producing milk. Yeah.
So in terms of milk distribution, how big is it? What's the scale that will wow a Ghanaian?
Well, have you seen in Ghana we have these lorries, tankers with petrol that they carry out. We have tankers like that for milk.
You don't?
Yes. You'll find them, you'll find that they've painted it white with milk written on it. Wow. Yes, and they're carrying milk.
And that's how they transport
the milk from one province to the other.
At this rate, I won't be surprised if I come to Kenya in 5 years and I open the tap and milk is flowing. Is that bad, eh?
Maybe to be like the country of milk and honey.
Yeah, literally.
Yes,
then more Ghanaians should be dealing with Kenya for milk and all that.
Actually, there was a Ghanaian here about 20 years ago. When he was going back home, he decided to take some of the practice of the dairy products. Yeah, but I think the climate is not very conducive for the animals.
We do a lot of evaporated milk.
Yeah. Yes. That's what we have. Yes.
So, Father, tell me about your stay here in Nairobi. What impact have you made? What have you been known for the most?
Okay, like I said, I was working in the parish, and then I also started a counseling practice.
Okay.
And I was taking care of the poor and the needy who cannot afford to go for any counseling, because the counseling, the practices it's quite expensive here.
Okay.
And many people cannot afford. Because for 1 hour session, a client will pay about $45.
$45?
Yes, for one hour, even though it is but when you look at it, many of our people are not able to pay. So I started a practice where I was only taking care of the poor and the needy. So they can come and then they'll have the counseling sessions for them. But I was also working in the parish. I worked in the parish all my life until just this about 7 years back that I left the parish work. 7 years. I was elected to be the superior of the SVD or the Divine Word Missionaries in Kenya, Tanzania. I was elected as the superior. Now, the superior is like the bishop who guides the Divine Word Missionaries. So I was elected a superior, and I was a superior for 6 years.
6 years. So
3 years for the first term. And the second term was also another 3 years.
I'm told terms are highly renewed.
Yes, I mean they are renewed, but sometimes it depends on how the people that you are guiding, how you guide them. You know, sometimes a good relationship, good relationship with them, performance.
You've done so well that your tenure as SVD was renewed.
Sure.
It's an elected
as a
position.
superior, yes, it's an elected position. Yeah.
And you had responsibility for Tanzania too.
Yes, Kenya and Tanzania.
Father, that's big.
Thank you.
I'm being very modest about it.
And then, but whilst I was the superior, I also tried to establish something for the priests in Kenya and Tanzania. We started with pension scheme to raise some funds so that when one is old, there is some funds that can really support the individual. At the same time, also, I started a hospital. I started a hospital, but the hospital for the very poor and needy. So it is in the slums of Kayole, a place called Kayole. It's in the slums of Kayole. It's a hospital that has a capacity of 20 beds, and maternity block where the women come to deliver. Because, like I said, it's for the poor and needy. Many of them were delivering outside at home, and it was at risk. It's a very risky situation. And so I started the hospital for them, and it's doing well.
Been completed?
Yeah, it's complete, yes.
Wow.
You have the basement, and we have the first floor and the second floor.
Hey.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes, it is. I'm very grateful. Many poor and needy people go there to deliver, safe delivery for them, and that's just wonderful. Yeah.
Wow.
Apart from the hospital, also, I also built 2 schools, primary schools in Kenya.
From the trajectory, it looks to me you're ministering more to the underserved and poor. Is that your area of ministry?
So that is how the Divine Word missionaries, we work with the very poor and needy, try to lift them up to a standard that is very modest. So that's what we do. So
You're doing more of what I see Father Campbell does.
yes, because he's also a member of the Divine Word missionaries, and we are more concerned about the poor and the needy. So I think Father Campbell is working with the lepers or something at the moment in Ghana. Yes. And me, I was working with the very poor and needy in the slums.
Whoa.
The slums of.
Wow.
Apart from that, building the school and the hospital, like I said, I was doing the counseling sessions for them so that they feel more comfortable.
So what other projects are you looking at that people can support? As you became dean, your work has become more academic.
But at the same time, in the university, we also need scholarship for many poor students. Okay, this year in the month of September, we were able to give out scholarship to about 41 students.
Wow.
Yeah, 41 students. But at the same time, so if people want to support, they can support these students through me, and it will be okay. At the same time, also with the hospital, I'm also geared toward the hospital. Many of the women who come to deliver there are from the very poor and needy.
Right.
And so some of them cannot even afford at all. And not being able to afford, we also look for funds to be able to support them, to be able to get them go through the safe delivery. But as at now, like you said, I'm the Dean of Students, and so I concentrate more on the students in Tangaza University in general, and at the same time, I concentrate more on the poor and the needy within this student population.
Wow, I love it. Are there Ghanaian students here?
Yes, we have a number of Ghanaian students in Tangaza University. Some of them are lay people who have come and are studying here, and some have also come from different parts, like priests and religious who are also studying here. Okay.
I see. What's the Ghanaian student population here like, Father?
I may say there are about 23 to 40 of them, yeah. But we have a number of, like I said, we have a big number of international students,
right?
About 54 different nationalities.
Wow, that's very inclusive.
Yes, very.
That's almost the number of African countries there.
We have, yes, because we have some from Asia and some from Africa and some from the Americas. So we have these.
What's the Ghanaian equivalent for Tangaza if I want to go to the seminary? And why would you say, for example, that if I had the means to go to a Ghanaian seminary, I should consider Tangaza?
Well, Tangaza is a university, and one department of the university is theological department,
right?
Where seminarians, the Catholic seminarians are trained. But the other department, we have a department of education, department of psychology, that is where I also teach. I teach psychology. But in Ghana, you can go to Pedu. We have the training for the priest in Pedu, and we have the training for the priest in Pedu Kekos, yes. And then we have the training for the priest in Tamale, St. Victor's Seminary in the north. So the northern session, from the northern region, all the students, all the people who want to become priests go to the northern session, and those who are in the south go to Pedu.
Right. Yeah. What's the advantage of doing Tangaza over Pedu or the northern session?
There are no advantages, but the only thing I will say is that maybe in Tangaza we have interculturality. Many people from different backgrounds. Like we have guys from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Angola, but even St. Victor's have the same, because when the young people are being trained, they divide them from different countries to the different places where we have the theological studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Father, it's interesting learning from your impact and service to the people of the world who happen to congregate around in this country called Kenya, Nairobi, Karen to be precise. How has Kenya treated you so far?
Kenyans are nice people. Kenyans are very hospitable, and so far I've loved Kenya, and I have been working here for the past 28 years.
28 years.
28 years, and
it's okay. It's okay. And you have done your bit to come back home.
As a missionary, I wouldn't be able to choose where I would like to be, but I would love to work and die here, actually.
Oh, you want to finish your life's journey here in Kenya?
Yeah.
You have really loved it.
Yes, I have. You know, being a missionary, I have built 6 churches. Wow.
When the devastating COVID-19 pandemic reached the shores of Ghana in March 2020, our health system was stretched to its limits. Overcrowded facilities, inadequate infrastructure, and long travel distances to access care highlighted the urgent need for a more robust healthcare system.
This has led to the formulation and declaration of Agenda 111, the biggest ever investment in the nation's healthcare sector. Work is currently underway.
In response to this crisis, it took the bold leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to commit to a transformative vision, Agenda 111. This unprecedented initiative aims to construct 101 district hospitals, 7 regional hospitals, 2 specialized psychiatric hospitals, and the redevelopment of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
The Agenda 111 is going to be a holistic, standardized health infrastructure development in the country. The Agenda 111 was not a fluke. Agenda 111 is a reality and has come to stay. And as I've always been saying, the next ones will be commissioned almost every month from the beginning of next year, when His Excellency, the Vice President, inshallah, is sworn in as a president.
We are in Garu, in the Upper East region. As you can see, it is the physical project of His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his boss, His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And you can see the project is far gone. It is beyond just the superstructure. The community is here to welcome us. They are so excited.
So this is one of the sites in Northeast which has progressed so fast within a very few time when there was problems with the center works and everything. The project is over 76% completed according to the consultant and the contractors.
As you can see, this is a very beautiful facility. Yagaba Kuboro constituency and Mampuku Moduru district, we are getting a befitting health facility, a district hospital for this vision, the vision of Agenda 111 is unique.
This hospital, when it is completed, it will not only admit MP people, it doesn't know political coloration. Every Ghanaian that needs health assistance will come here. And I'm so happy that gradually we are getting closer to the completion of the project.
Hospital camp and ne ye gina mu a na nado adawro ma Yankopon aso no da ye kase amani wo sese ene nananom bi nso twa asase to ho emman se ye mfanya a ene ono so abefa so de ayamaye
amamuo etisa blocks are ye did see then foundation block wo near the back one to so near the back one to so ene aye that prepare see.
We are witnesses to certain happenings somewhere where they come and they just take land small, then in future they need it for expansion and people have built closer. Today we are being informed that this hospital is going to be turned some time to come as a teaching hospital or as a training center. That means they require land. I want to assure the presidential advisor that the 5 will be added to make 20 acres.
We are very thankful to our new DCE because you have given him equipments which we were thinking of how are we getting a road to this place. The good people of the Zwarungu traditional area are behind the government because we have never had anything like this. So someone who is giving you something, you have to thank him.
Since independence, government this is the biggest and most expensive project. The people of Nabdam are very, very, very happy with this government. This hospital is the expensive project any political party has ever done for the people of Nabdam.
These Agenda 111 projects are going to also be sites where we can train our health professionals. It's going to also create jobs for about 70,000 health professionals.
Before I became MP in Ethiopia, there was no doctor in this district. Now we have 3. And we have this place, when they finish, number of medical doctors, physician assistants, a lot of people will get it. So we are intent on getting it done.
This is a project that is very dear to the hearts of the Lambuse people because it is about health. And when somebody gives you health, the person gives you everything. And because of the importance we attach to this, our paramount chief visits this place regularly to make sure that abreast himself with whatever that is going on here.
When they started this, people doubted it. But today, we have all seen what has happened here. Now, if you look at the work done here, almost 90% work done. They are left with just some external works to be done.
Agenda 111 is not just a project. It is a promise to bridge the healthcare gap in underserved communities. Building district, regional and specialized hospitals that will redefine the future of healthcare in Ghana.
First week of December, first 3 of them have been completed. Because they didn't all start at the same time, so they will be completing in stages. Next year, there will be commissioning of hospitals almost every month. So if you want Agenda 111 to complete in your district, the only thing you have to do is that you have to do the needful on the December 7th. So that those who brought it and understand Agenda 111 will continue and finish all of it for the benefit of the good people of this country.
On Wednesday, December 4, 2024, Ghana will reach a significant milestone as several hospitals under the Agenda 111 project will be commissioned. These state-of-the-art facilities are equipped to provide services such as general medicines, surgery, pediatrics, and maternal care.
His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is coming for good. He is bringing more development, and the person that will give you one today, tomorrow when given the opportunity, will give you more than one.
At this crucial moment, I believe that when we give them more, they will give us more.
You will give this MPP abang
If not for anything, they should look at this district hospital being built by the MPP and vote massively come December 7th for the MPP.
The pandemic may have tested our resilience.